Hi, Miss Raymond's Oral Communication Summer School class. This is Mrs. Stinnett, one of your high school librarians. So, unfortunately, we are not going to be in the school building, which means you can't be in our beautiful library, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean you can't use our great resources to help you with both your informative and your persuasive speeches. Today we're going to focus on how to get to reliable sources that are paid for by the school district so that you can use them for your speeches. Everything starts at the high school website. So if you could please go on to phs.psdr3.org, and then you'll notice the banner that says academics. Please select library. It's down here in the middle. As we wait for that to load, I've been in communication with your teacher, and she would like your informative speech to either be about a country, a plant, or an animal. So, off of our high school databases page, I'm going to show you EBSCOhost and Culturegrams. So click on high school databases. That's going to make you enter your Pattonville Gmail account. So let me do that for you. So this has been taking a minute or two. On my end, I guess it will just depend on how quickly your Wi-Fi works. Now I created a password so that I could demonstrate this. This is not my password for everything. So ultimately, Google is authenticating my IP address so that it knows that I am somebody who is authorized to use the databases that I'm going to show you. The next page we're going to go to actually shows you database user IDs and passwords for remote home access. You may, even if you link here, you may have to come back here to this page and pull off the usernames and the passwords. You'll notice over here in the first yellow box, iSearch. It has easy to use and cite articles. This is going to be your first stop. But personally, because I've been using EBSCOhost from home, I know that I'm going to need to enter Pattonville and Pirates-20. I think it's -20 because it's the school year 2020. So I'm going to remember that and click here. Pattonville. I do not believe it's case sensitive, but I guess we'll see. All right, once I'm into EBSCO, I'm going to choose Explora High School. Although it says it's not secure, I do believe it's secure. All right, so I'm selecting an animal, and I would like to study giraffes because I think they're so cool, and I missed an F. So, and I'm not going to pick any of these things right now. I'm not looking to know exactly about their feeding yet. I just want to know about giraffes in general. So, as it's searching, I'm going to show you a couple things that will be helpful and what I would start with. Hopefully this will not take this long at your house. I actually thought we had pretty good Wi-Fi. I'm going to refresh. Yay! Finally. Okay. So I'm looking at the screen with you, and you'll notice a topic overview. If you get results that say a topic overview, that's your best bet to start with. All right. Let's just scroll down a little bit though. We also have some picture books that have shown up here. Here are some videos. And I'm scrolling just to see what all's available. All right. At some point, you may want to decide that you would only want to look at magazines. So instead of all results, you might say, just give me the magazines. So now I'm limited to 885 articles to choose from, and I'm going to read the title, and this is a fairly current article. The article presents information about threats to the giraffe population, which has decreased by 30% over the past 3 decades. That's kind of scary. That's something that I might want to look at as I'm talking about giraffes. Exploited into extinction, National Geographic, that could also be a great source. So if I'd like to use one of those, I just click on it. Sometimes you will have to download the PDF in order to be able to read it accurately, but I'm not going to take that much of your valuable time. I also needed to show you about the citation tool. You'll notice over here on the far right that there are these little tools. That's to export things. So the third one from the bottom that looks like kind of a document is called the citation creator. So what you're going to do is you are going to scroll down to MLA, and you'll notice right here, Works Cited for MLA. It has the author's name, the title of the article, the source, the volume numbers, the dates, and so forth. This is a great starting point for your citation information. You will always want to check this citation information against whatever format your teacher is requiring. I'm not sure what Miss Raymond will want you to do, but check with her and know that you've got to start right here. So I'm going to exit out of, well, actually I think I'm going to go back to the result list because I feel like I cheated you a little bit out of looking at the very, very first thing I would have started with, which is the topic overview. So, gives some nice classification information, and it's going to talk about the animal. Some of these headings might be helpful to you as you're starting to consider your outline. Maybe you want to talk about what it eats and how that affects its habitat, reproduction, environment. So it's not an extremely lengthy article, but it could be a really good place to start and give you some ideas about different things you'd like to talk about. All right, so you can also decide that you only want articles that are within the last 5 or 10 years by doing this little sliding scale or clicking right there and changing this to, let's say, 2008, and go. Now, instead of getting 6,000 articles, you now have 4,566. Any questions? Raise your hand. Just kidding, I couldn't see. All right. If you are studying a country, you are really going to like Culturegrams. So if you click on Culturegrams, you are going to need to put in the information that you can find back on that last screen. Let's see. See, remember right here, this has your usernames and your passwords. All right, so you will probably want to use the World Edition, and then from here, you would type in whatever area you are looking at. I might want to look at Japan. So once I entered Japan, it brought me up Brazil. Strange, but it also brought me up Japan. So I'm going to click on Japan, and you will notice this does an awesome job of organizing information for your ease. Over here on the left, you'll notice land and climate, history, information about people, their customs, their lifestyle, society. You will also notice like little blurbs of helpful information. There are photos. This might help perk some interest. You know, you might decide that you would like to talk about Mount Fuji as part of Japan. You might want to talk about Tokyo at night. You might want to talk about Buddhism. So, and then you can go back and there's some slideshows, there's some recipes. This is a fun site to just kind of bounce around in. You might want to know if you had $100,000 here, how much money you would need to go over there. Let's see. One other important thing here is that if you scroll to the bottom and you need your citation, because of course you don't want to be accused of plagiarism, click on MLA 8 and here is a citation for you. Again, check with your teacher, see if she wants to accept this or if she'd like you to run this through another source such as Purdue OWL. Those are questions for Miss Raymond. So I'm going to close this puppy out. So from Pattonville High School Databases page, EBSCOhost and Culturegrams are probably your very, very best bet. ProQuest is good too, but there's a massive amount of information on there. I will probably do a separate ProQuest video just to walk you through in case after visiting EBSCO and Culturegrams you're at a loss, that you'd still like some more resources. So in the blue box, there's SIRS. I would skip CQ. I would do SIRS and issues and controversies, but those are really good for your persuasive speech. So we'll do a separate video on those also. I'm going to put my email. Let's see. I will give that to Miss Raymond. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, any difficulties, if there's anything I can help you with. I really wish I was with you teaching in the library, but I'll see you in the fall.